Hello, everybody, and welcome back. So, today we have the requested airport tour. Now, this is a new airport as my old airport just didn't fit what I wanted it to do. Now, this airport is not done and has many changes that are needed to be made. First of all, dusting off that, it really gets dusty. And also, increasing the wide body stands for aircraft like the A350, 787, and other wide bodies. Also need to work on keeping the airport clean. Not very good with that one. So, first of all, we are going to go over the cargo section. Okay, so this is the cargo section. It has two stands, stand 1, stand 2. It was originally going to be one wide body stand. However, that was before I went with the more rounded 2-terminal option instead of a 1-terminal option. So this is designed to be able to fit 2 wide body aircraft. However, it doesn't particularly fit them very well. As you can see here, if we go over here and grab a 737, it can barely make it if it's on with a barely any gap, and that's if it's actually slightly pushed up. So if it's put up right on the line, the aircraft crash into each other. So I'm probably going to have to remove this, take it off, and expand that way. So that means I have to repaint this whole area over. Another issue that we have is right over here. And that is if I put an aircraft on stand 2 or 1, depends on how you order it, and then I have an aircraft taxiing in to take off, there's an issue. Now this one they miss by slight like hair. However, if I get a bigger aircraft like a 777 or another wide body, they would collide into each other. And that's a problem. Because I would like this to be an airport that can support it. Also right here, they crash into each other. So that is probably one of my main issues, at least for this side of the airport. Another issue I have is right over here. And that is these few gates. And because I have one aircraft that goes right here, and it has a very good jetway. Now, none of the other stands, like stand 2, gate 2, gate 3, and that's all the stands that are finished for the most part, have that. Also, I haven't fully finished the stands. There's still some more details I could add over here. And the numbering's not fully done. Also, if I go over to stand 2, right here, it really just got messed up. So I'd have to paint over that. And actually, there's a little bit of like a issue to paint there, which I will need to fix. Also, this stand right here, if I zoom out, is gate 2. Because I'm having them going in like an order from here, going from the car section, was intended to support up to the A350, which it says right there, A350. However, if I put the A350 here, and we just it does not make it. It collides into the airport and does that. So, I need this stand is unfortunately up to a regular narrow body. Also, if I just bring attention to it, the paint right here, like the stop, which I wrote with pen actually, unfortunately smeared, and that's really unfortunate. Also, if we go over to this stand, we have an issue, which is just it's not finished. I Haven't done the lines here. I also need to redo this because it just like does not match. It's really uneven, and this is a big issue, which really needs to get fixed. Also, this stand is probably the biggest problem I have. If I try and put an aircraft here, it's not very possible. Because, like, we put the aircraft, and literally there is no space behind it. No space whatsoever. And that's a big issue. Because I want aircraft to be able to taxi properly. Also, if we move over to the next gate section, now the next two, I can't fit many aircraft. I can fit 3-ish, but the same issue arises with this taxiway. And so here's where the plans come in. I plan to remove this right here and like take it off and then paint over this whole section. And then I plan on repainting the taxiway line and moving it over to where my tape measure will be. This is where I plan on moving the taxiway line, and I plan on having the aircraft be more like this. This would be where the wide bodies go, and you'd go like this, which does bring a slight issue of aircraft taxiing. However, I do plan on doing it so it won't be an issue where I just won't have I'll have the wide bodies go in chronological order of this would be the stand that gets finished last. And I plan on, after removing this, bringing it more like around like that and connecting it with the terminal, with the other terminal. And this taxiway would actually just not exist. Realized it wouldn't exist because it wouldn't be necessary. Because if the wall goes like that, it would slightly go in, but it wouldn't be a big issue. Also, I do have plans on repainting this taxiway, as I have an issue with it of we have one right here, and we have one right there. So we have two of them, but I would like to remove one. I'd like to remove this one, the first one, because I used to have aircraft arriving into here like that and waiting here, but now I've changed it so they depart from here and they wait there. And so that just brings the issue of this kind of looks ugly, and I'd like to remove it. I also plan, honestly, I'm probably going to keep this section right here as a spot for my phone for recording. And that also brings another issue where this grass kind of just got wasted. But that's not a big issue. My next also big update that's just not finished is the runway. The runway doesn't have its center line. And I don't have the runway number over here. I have it over out there of runway 09. So I just need to put 27 there. Now that is finished, this is the items that were from my trip. A little trip review. I flew Delta to Honolulu, and of the stuff I got, we stayed at the TWA Hotel. I have 3 Delta trading cards that I showed off in my short I made. Got 3. We got 2 767s and a 757. Now I also got the Delta 100 Years special edition headphones, earbuds, and I haven't actually opened them. I don't know what they look like, so I'll probably do that later. And now, one of the good ones is this pin I got at the TWA Hotel, and and it is a TWA Boeing 707, I believe. Although I'm slightly debating that it might be Convair, only because of this nose, which is like pretty weird. And the engines don't exactly match 707s, in my opinion. And actually, the door pattern, there's no doors. So that's just an issue on the pin. But yeah, and so that should be it.